morning. Arthur Mo Sweeney, class of 1969, was a 4-year varsity starter on the boys soccer team. He helped to lead GA boys soccer to the first 2 Interact championships during his junior and senior years. Those were also the only 2 Interact championships in the 20th century. His 1967 to 68 team, the first winner of the Interact, has already been inducted in the Hall of Fame. During his junior year, Mo was named to the second team All-Interact, and during his senior year, he was named to first team All-Interact and first team All-Scholastic. When he was 16, he played on the national level, winning the 1967 U18 National Championship with the Lighthouse 49ers. Mo has remained very involved with GA since his graduation. His children are alums, class of 89 and 94. He is a class agent for the class of 1969 and can often be found on the GA fields after school watching one of his grandchildren's games. Please welcome my grandfather, Arthur Mo Sweeney.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of Germantown Academy. 30-some hours away from total victory. When I was notified that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I was looking down the list of inductees and I see all these young people. I'm thinking, I'm 34 years older than everyone. Then I see this name, Patrick Davey, class of 1760. And realize he's 207 years old. And he looks like he's 39. I had played with Mr. David briefly with the alumni team, and I even remember one game where I saw him pass the ball. He also coached my son's 9th grade team, and watching the 9th graders play, I was struck with the cohesion and organization that a coach could bring to a bunch of 9th graders. And it was impressive, and I'm honored to be in the same Hall of Fame class as Patrick David. I came to GA in 1965 with the opening of the entire school being in Fort Washington. If I were standing in this spot in 1965, I would be in mud and grass, and I'd be talking to trees. I was a 4-year starter for the varsity soccer team that lost a total of 9 games in 4 years. We were second in the league my first 2 seasons, as Lee had mentioned, and I would not have given her this info if I know she was going to move it ahead of me. Second, the first 2 years, and the 3rd and 4th seasons, we won the GA's first ever Interact championship. Senior year, we were undefeated in the Interact with only 1 loss against all competition. I was awarded all Interact and All-Scholastic honors my senior year. In 1967, I was one of 2 16-year-olds to play on the under-18 national championship team. It's a big deal being a national champion, but the GA accomplishments were much more. I was one of 16 people. We would meet for practice, we would meet for games, travel for games, but I lived everything with my classmates at Germantown Academy, and the 2 Interact championships were more important to me. A few years back, I signed up to take a Saturday bus trip on a tour of the old campus in Germantown. I was intrigued to find out how a school could house students from 13 grades in these 3 tiny ancient buildings. The trip was hosted by the fabulous Heather Durkin and the always entertaining Mr. Shellhouse. To the surprise of no one, while we were captives on the bus, we were treated to an impromptu lesson in speaking the German language. My visit did not answer any of my questions regarding the logistics of 13 grades and 3 small buildings. Maybe the answer isn't the bricks and the mortar. Maybe the answer is the people. I had numerous teachers that even after 50 years, they still bring a smile to my spirit. They are what made this school special, the dedicated teachers. Dedicated teachers need students. It's the people that make GA great. GA started with 2 headmasters, one for the English-speaking and one for the German. The German-speaking headmaster has a name that was used previously when one of the students thought that Mr. David's accent was hilarious. Well, this German-speaking headmaster's name was Hilarious Becker. I think it totally appropriate that GA started with a German-speaking headmaster named Hilarious. Mr. Shellhouse, do you believe in reincarnation? In all seriousness, I would like to thank my wife, Barbara Sweeney, who I met when we were 16 years old, for her endless support and her much-needed second opinions, even when none were asked for. I would also like to thank my children who are both alums, who I am immensely proud of, and my 5 grandchildren, one of whom is the reason why I'm standing up here today. And finally, I would like to let you all know that no matter how poorly I have done up here, I won't be nearly as embarrassed as Lily Sweeney Richards will be this afternoon, dancing in the, dancing in the pep rally. Looking back for 50 years, there's highlights that you'll keep with you forever. So let's go out tomorrow and total annihilation. You'll all come back here. You'll all come back here in 50 years and say anything you want because no one will remember.